I don't see anything. This is concerning. All right, I gotta go for it. Hey everyone, I'm Dave, and today we're gonna be making keto tortellini, cheese-filled tortellini. Maybe it's gonna be a ravioli, I don't know, something like that. I'm very concerned I'm gonna fail miserably, but come along with me and we'll see how it goes. I've never tried this before. As always, it makes it more fun that way. So what we wanna do first is wanna mix our dry ingredients. I have a bowl here, very fancy, you know, circa 1977 probably. It's a little wet inside because I just rinsed it. Let me dry it. Okay, so we got the bowl. We're gonna take a cup and a half of almond flour. I've got my fancy dancy liquid measuring cup, which is not what you're supposed to use, but you know, I am just, you know, rebelling against the rules of cooking here on this channel on a daily basis. Generally speaking, I do it because of laziness. 1.5 cups of almond flour goes into our bowl. Hopefully this is good. I mean, back in the day, I was on keto, I was hardcore keto, and you know, the options were limited. We're talking 10 years ago. Maybe not 10, it felt like 10, maybe it was 5, 2019. I already did that wrong. Oh, Dave. Okay, see, this is what happens when you multitask. I'm gonna put this almond flour back in. Is it contaminated now? You tell me. All right, so let's start over. What we want is 1/2 cup of almond flour. The 1.5 cup was just a test to see if you were paying attention. 1/2 cup is the correct answer. I'm a pro. But anyways, when I was doing keto last, I remember it was like, I was trying to find noodles and I ended up getting some weird like seaweed noodle or something online that like came all wet already. This is coconut flour. I just put a tablespoon in and I knew 2 tablespoons total for this recipe. But that's the last I had when it came to keto noodles, and they were gross. So I'm hoping we have something better here. I asked ChatGPT to scour the web and to figure out kind of what's been trending and what the best recipes are and what the best techniques are. And so this is what it came up with. We're gonna see if it works out. We want 1/2 teaspoon of xanthan gum, but I didn't want to just make pasta. I thought tortellini would be even more entertaining. I'm gonna screw up. Let me screw up something grandiose. That was 1/2 teaspoon, right? Yes, 1/2 teaspoon of xanthan gum. And then a pinch of salt. Now it says that, and we probably should, but I don't have it, that you can add 1/4 cup of lupin flour, never heard of it, and it will improve elasticity. But since I don't have it and I couldn't get it in time for this video, we're gonna try it without. I also feel like you guys will probably relate more because you probably also don't have some random thing called lupin flour that I've never heard of in your fridge. Or not fridge, pantry. I mean, you could have it in your fridge and pantry, I don't know. All right, so mix up our dry ingredients, set them aside. Next, we wanna take 1.5 cups, hopefully I have enough. I've been using a lot of mozzarella lately, but I need 1.5 cups. Can I use this? Well, it's got the almond flour in the bottom. Let me rinse it. All right, so you want 1.5 cups of mozzarella cheese that is already shredded, like so, sort of. I need to get some more. Luckily, I do have some more. 1.5 cups of that. Yeah. Put that in a bowl with 2 ounces of cream cheese. And it says to microwave it for 1 minute, stirring halfway through. So I guess we'll microwave it for 30 seconds. Look at that, I even already had the knife out. I'm really prepared. I'm like a Boy Scout today. 2 ounces of creme cheese goes in there, and then 30 seconds in the microwave. All right, so it's been 30. We're gonna mix that up a little bit. Stir-oni, and then throw it back in the microwave for 30 more. And that's gonna go into this dry mix here after this other 30 seconds has surpassed. All right, stir it up again, and we're gonna add it into the floury mix. It is scorching hot. I don't know if that's bad or not, but we're basically just gonna mix that all up. We're supposed to knead it with our hands. Feels a lot more just like a ball of cheese than anything, this pasta, but I guess that's how we do this. I mean, cheese pasta. So I'm just trying to work it with my hands into a dough, best I know how. Kind of squeeze it between the fingers. I don't know, this is so hot. Like, I'm playing pretty tough guy right now and pretending that doesn't hurt, but it burns. It's not as bad as it could be. I've been burnt worse. Probably let it cool for a second is the moral of the story here. Don't use your hands. But you have to knead it, so you almost have to use your hands. All right, so get it all well combined. I think we're almost there. It's a little sticky, but not too bad. And then we're gonna throw it into the fridge for 30 minutes to firm it up. Oh, you should probably cover the dough too before you put it in the fridge with like plastic wrap or foil. All right, so while our dough chills and, you know, gets ready for us to turn it into pasta, we need to make our filling for our tortellinis. And to do that, first thing we're gonna need is an egg yolk. I bought this little egg yolk fancy dancy thing that's gonna help me, hopefully. Last time I went through like 12 eggs to get to 1 yolk. This thing's supposed to make it super simple, and I think it already did its job, didn't it? You just like shake it maybe? Oh, so you don't want to just go like that. Go away, egg white. There we go. There's our egg yolk. Put it in there. That is pretty fancy. Then we want to add a half a cup, I believe, of ricotta cheese. Yeah, half a cup of ricotta cheese. Hopefully this is good. I'm not really sure. Uh-oh, that's beyond half a cup. Whatever, close enough. Half a cup of ricotta cheese. Then a half a cup of grated parm, which I figured I'd grate myself. It seemed like a great idea. Great idea. I'm funny. Not really, but I'm trying. Okay, so grate up some parm. You could probably just use the stuff that's in the little container if you want, but I wanted to go fresh. We're making fresh pasta. I've never even made real fresh pasta, like carb-filled pasta. Never done that either. Figure, why not start with keto, the healthier way? All right, a quarter cup of that, or half a cup, did I say? Half a cup. I don't know if we have enough yet. Oh yeah, we do. Pretty much all of it goes in. And then a quarter cup of mozzarella and cheese. Quarter cup of that goes in as well. Then we want to add some salt, pepper, and Italian seasoning. So I'm just going to throw a little Italian seasoning there. It doesn't say how much in our recipe, so I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. Some pepper and a little bit of salt. This is going to be the filling for our keto tortellini. I was supposed to use the egg yolk and not the white, right? Yes, I did that right. I feel like we could use a little more of the Italian seasoning. That's just going to add flavor. All right, so that's good to go. That's going to be our filling. Our dough should be ready in like 10 more minutes, and then we're going to try to see if we can make this happen. All right, our dough has been chilling for 30 minutes. Get it? Chilling, because it was in the fridge. There it is. Now, I do wonder if I should be using like some sort of spray so it doesn't stick too much on this, but I don't know. We're going to take some parchment paper, and our goal here is to roll it out. Let me see how much. Oh yeah, it doesn't seem to be sticking, so that's good. I'm just kind of pushing it down first. It's supposed to be pretty thin, like 1/8 of an inch, I believe. So you want to just take your roller and roll out your pasta dough. This is pasta dough. Now, I have no idea if this is gonna work, but it's always an adventure here on Cooking with Dave. I think it needs to be even thinner than that. All right, let's look at it now. I don't know. I think that's probably good. There. Now you want like a little cutter. This is a little 3-inch cutter thingy. Is it thin enough? I think it is. We want to just create a bunch of circles. I don't know if I'm supposed to use this like serrated side or the flat side. We're gonna go serrated because whatever, it looks fancier. We're just gonna make a bunch of little circles in it, like so. Okay, so some of these are thicker than others, but essentially, and I guess we could reuse the rest of this dough to make even more. Like just re-roll it, re-roll the remnants, and create more tortellinis. Okay, so this is how many I got. We now want a teaspoon, and we're gonna put a teaspoon worth of filling in the center of these, like so. Just little dollops, dollop a daisy. Dollop a daisy. Remember those commercials? I don't think that was really the tune, but you get the general idea. So just put one of those in the center of each one. Now I've got a little more filling and a little more of that, so I could make more, but let's just start here. Now what we want to do is we want to fold these in half, basically, and push down the edges. My hands are actually a little wet, which I think you're supposed to do. Now, to make it a tortellini, we're supposed to like fold it in on itself, but I'm not really sure that's gonna work because of the constitution of our dough. Yeah, see, that one doesn't want to do it. That's why I said we might end up making like little raviolis instead of tortellinis, because I feel pretty confident in its ability to do that, but less confident in the ability to then turn it 90 degrees to turn it into a full-fledged tortellini. But yeah, this is fine. They're like little pierogi style things, and I think that's gonna be okay. Like I said, if you wanted to do a tortellini, you would like do this and then pinch it. So there we go, we got one. Kind of works. So let me do the rest of these, then we'll be right back. Okay, so these are our tortellinis. Like I said, we could make them a little more tortellini-y by turning them, but they seem to want to crack, so I'm kind of nervous and don't want to, you know, mess with a good thing. I'm okay with them shaped like this. We now need to boil them in water for like just a couple minutes, and then we can dip them in a sauce and see how they come out. All right, so I'm over here at the stovetop. I'm feeling a little lazy, so I literally just microwaved up some Rao's pasta sauce. I'm really more interested to see what it tastes like just straight up plain, to see how we did on the flavor and consistency of the tortellini, but sauce will be good to kind of see how it works as a meal. You also could probably get some keto Alfredo sauce or make your own, but we're gonna throw this in. The water's almost boiling, They don't have to boil for long. I'm gonna throw a little bit of salt in my water, but it's basically boiling. We're gonna put these in. I was thinking we could probably make them more tortellini-like if we had put a little less filling in them. But let's just try to throw a couple in there. I'm not gonna do them all. I'm doing a small pot. Obviously, I could use a bigger pot, but I'm just, you know, experimenting at this point. As soon as they start floating, they're supposed to be done. That's at least what ChatGPT says. Oh, I got salt all over the oven. So as soon as they start floating, they should be done. I'm very concerned they're just gonna turn into mush. Maybe I should turn the heat down. I can't see if they're floating because there's bubbles on the top. How do I know if they're floating? I can't see them. Well, it said 2 minutes, so I'm gonna give it 1 more minute. Oh my gosh. All right, when this clock hits 18, I'm gonna pull one out. I don't see anything. This is concerning. All right, I gotta go for it. Are they floating? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Does not look good. Wow. What in the world? That didn't work, guys. Hold on. You know, I don't know if you can see it. Let me bring it into focal clarity for you. Can we turn on this little light? That helps a little. It looks like baby vomit. It did not hold its shape at all. And now it's overflowing. Hold on, I don't know if we can save this. I don't know what went wrong. Stand by. Okay, so I just asked ChatGPT what went wrong, and it said, boiling isn't the best method for cooking this type of pasta. Well, why did it tell me to boil it then? All right, well, let's try the other method. It said to pan-sear it instead this time. So we're gonna try again, but this time we're gonna pan-sear it. It says to throw a little oil on a pan. Now I really feel like I'm making a pierogi. And then put your tortellini on that. So we're gonna try just 3 because I don't have that many left, and there's a third method we can try if this also doesn't work. So it says a minute or 2 on each side. I'm gonna flip it, it's been about a minute. Okay, this is like a pierogi, but okay. Flip it over. I don't know. I don't know. You know, we can bake it too. Do I want to go through that? Yeah, I might as well. I'm gonna turn my oven on to 350. I might as well give it a shot. You like how I'm using a cake spatula? Oh, see, these are done, I think. I'm burning them because I got distracted. Dang it. Well, okay, that's fine. Let's just try them, shall we? What do you think? This is an interesting tortellini. I would say I went a little too long on those 2. This one's okay, but I got distracted, so cut me some slack. I'll try to pan-sear 2 more, but pay closer attention. Should I try the ones that I cooked? Hold on, let me look. Let me show you these. Tortellini of the keto variety, kind of. Let's take a bite and see how they taste. It tastes good. Let me dip it in my sauce. Huh. It tastes like cheese tortellini. It actually does. After all that, it actually tastes like what I thought it should taste like. I'm burning it again. Dang it. My heat's obviously too high. Although that one didn't taste burnt, so maybe I'm not burning them since it didn't taste burnt. Maybe they're supposed to be a little bit like that. I kind of like it. I actually kind of like it. They should be smaller. We should put less filling. I don't know, maybe not. It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna put some in the oven and see how they come out that way. But honestly, like, I love these. I could totally eat these. Oh. Oh. That is so good. I mean, it is kind of pierogi-like, but that's okay. In reality, when I put in the sauce and I bite into it, if I close my eyes, it's like I'm eating a cheese tortellini. And that's really what we were going for. Even though it looks like a pierogi, I'm probably burning these again. Yeah, totally burnt those. So if you're gonna do them on the skillet, it definitely works, but pay attention, or you're gonna burn them like I did. So if you're bad at paying attention, or if you're trying to film while you're doing it, maybe try the oven method. We don't know if the oven method is gonna work. I'm gonna put them in right now, 350 degrees, 10 minutes, and then we're gonna try those. And I'm definitely gonna eat this last one, because it's amazing. Okay, so I'm back. I think that the oven method also is not gonna be good. Maybe it's okay. So here's what we've got with the oven method. You know, they look a little more tortellini-y than the other ones. I will say they seem to be stuck to the bottom of the pan here. Yeah, they are. So you'll have to grease it if you're gonna do it this way, and I did not. So, you know, mine's gonna kind of fall apart when I take it apart. I think this will be good, but the skillet way is so delicious. I don't even think you need to mess with, you know, perfection. Yeah, that's not bad either. That's not bad either. That also tastes like a tortellini, a cheese tortellini to me. I think the oven, okay, you can do it in the oven. I would spray it down with some oil or Pam or whatever, and you're gonna get a pretty good tortellini. The nice thing about that is you could do big batches. Although you could use a big skillet and do a lot in the skillet. The skillet ones still were a little better. I like that kind of crisp on the edge. But you know what? We did it. We had to not follow the recipe that told us to boil it because boiling it was nightmare fuel, so don't do that. But if you do the skillet or the oven, it works. It tastes just like tortellini. It's really impressive. Way better than those greasy seaweed noodles I had a couple of years back. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. We're always trying new things. Not a professional cook, but having a really good time. And I appreciate you joining me. Bye-bye.